No! Holy crap.
Woo!
That
No?
is...
Oh.
Unheard of.
I mean, I'm probably still going to shout at Telenet at some point, but, you know, that's...
It's medical.
Because...
That's absolutely reasonable.
Yeah, exactly.
You can always go to Proximus if you want.
I worked at Proximus, fuck Proximus, on so many levels. Alright. Is the stream running as it should be? Hi, hello, welcome. Yes,
Hello there.
seems to be. Perfect. Why is someone
Remember,
calling
it's
me
you this time, not
why
me.
is someone calling me a cutie potato? That freaks me out slightly. Gotta be
that's
perfectly honest.
That's my friend.
Ah, hello, Matthias's friend. Anyway, welcome everybody to not Demons of Imanot, our weekly D&D show where a bunch of idiots try to survive in a world infested by demons. But instead, welcome to A Village in Howls, which is what I'm calling this, because why the fuck not? You might see that the title says Remaster, and that's because it's a remake of an old one-shot that's actually on the 7th Roll channel, which is funny as shit.
Yes.
Anyway, before we get into the madness, I'm gonna throw it over to our master of announcements, Yalla.
Is this the one? Oh no. Which one was the one shot where he one shot us with where we had a sorcerer that didn't use spell slots? Stuff like that.
Frozen Palace.
And remind me, who was the sorcerer that didn't use spell slots?
At the time, it was Jonas.
So
What? That rings a bell for some reason. Was
yeah,
I there?
you played in that one as well. Yeah.
Didn't I get like 3 natural 20s to get back up?
Yeah, you did.
That was amazing.
That was great.
I
That's
refused to die that
was
session.
It
I
was
still
great.
don't, but
Alicia, since it's a one shot, which class are you playing?
What do you?
You cut out.
What do you think? I'm assuming she said.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah.
Oh shit. Is it something? Oh, you're playing a druid.
Yes.
again?
Hey.
Okay. I mean, I'm not against it. Druids are good, but you know, again.
So remember to use your spells.
The funny thing about this is like the weirdest fucking party I've seen in a while. It's funny as shit. Anyway,
Worse than last session?
yes.
Really? I feel like I made a pretty normal
Ah,
character,
good.
no? I think I made a
Buddy,
decently normal character.
buddy, come on. Like literally half you are playing homebrew.
Yes, but
I
honestly,
played
it's a reasonable
Warden.
homebrew.
It's true. It is a reasonable homebrew. I'm
Yeah,
curious.
I'm not
I've-
even making
I've only
the
got one
most
thing,
out of
isn't
it.
it?
I'm not even try-harding or anything.
Hey,
It's
for
just
once.
flavor.
Yes, you try hard in Liam's one shots, and then in mine you don't try hard. Really, the guy who keeps.
Oh, that's
critting
because
you?
I give them level. I give you
didn't
level
try
11
hard.
and 12. You give us 5.
I took
There's less you
all
can work with there.
I
I'm
took all
sorry.
aesthetically spells. I didn't even use 90% of my spells in the other one shot because they were all earth themed and I couldn't use half of them. I wasn't tryharding either.
There is Earth here. Oh,
I wasn't tryharding, but then last night I was like, it's still 7 at 2 p.m. So I just completely changed my character sheet to optimize it a little bit.
I completely understand, and I totally won't hold it against you.
To be fair, I slightly changed mine about an hour ago as well.
True.
But that's only that was for a reason though.
True.
Ooh. Anyhow.
Anyway, is everybody ready for this?
No.
I think.
Yes.
Perfect. Then this is totally not going to go tits up. Anyway, as someone decides to start a goddamn motorcycle outside my window. Anyway.
Me.
This is a small one-shot, I would say, if I'm not mistaken, but at this point there's nothing to be mistaken about. So, we start on a ship. Because I want it to be special.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much a couple of weeks ago, a patrol ship of the army went missing. In very layman's terms, they contacted shore said everything was fine apart from maybe a couple of scuffles with sea life. But the day after, when they had to send a message to the mainland in order to, status report pretty much.
Are you sure I can do it here?
Yes, I am very sure. There was no message. Nothing happened. They tried to contact the patrol ship itself, but no response was given. The army, of course, tends to not be a big fan of losing entire patrol ships. So they started, looking into any possible avenue that they could find, but didn't really get any big leads apart from the last location where the ship sent its position from. Now, of course, for these kinds of clearly dangerous jobs, the army must use powerful and grand adventurers that are willing to fight for country and king. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my translator says they need a bunch of jackasses who they can pay minimum wage to do their job for them because they can't be bothered.
Ah, okay.
That's
fine.
Sounds about right.
I don't think I was supposed to say that, but anyway. Legendary adventures. Anyway, you were one of the several groups that was sent to locations near where the ship went missing. You guys were sent to a specific island that has lost contact with the mainland for a while. They don't really know much about this place, but they figured, hey, we have a bunch of idiots. Why don't we just send them that way? Maybe they'll figure something out. Job's very simple. You get paid to go there. You get paid a lot more if you actually find out what happened to the ship. Easy, right?
Easy.
Just a normal day. Now, in the movie version of this, pretty much the introduction would be like, a camera shot overhead the ship that you guys are on, showing the crew working, making the ship go in its correct direction. You see sort of the captain standing at the wheel of the ship, this like older like 70-year-old gentleman that you don't know if he's here because he has to be or because he wants to be, who's kind of looking over his ship with like one eye and just very angrily looking at this bunch of adventurers that he has to move. But hey, the army paid him to move you guys to the island and to move you back, so he might as well. And then at that point, it kind of like zooms into the ship and starts going past the crew. In the meantime, my name pops up on the screen because I'm the DM, and sometimes I also do stuff here. And then it zooms into every single one of your characters, which is probably a very good moment to tell us what we would see if we looked at your characters. Pretty much, you can give me three things, which is 1, what does your character look like? 2, what does the rest of the party know about you in these couple of days that you've been on the ship together? And 3, knowing that you have a couple of minutes before you're about to reach the actual islands, what are your final preparations before you actually set foot on land once more? And because I know nobody's going to want to go first.
I have a reason to not go first.
Cool. Liam.
It's funnier if it's funnier if I'm not first.
All right. You see my character, he'd be standing at basically the edge of the ship, just sort of looking towards where we're headed. You see about this 6'5" human male, wearing a long black leather overcoat with studded leather armor underneath, and a pointed leather hat, sort of a bit furled at the back but pointed at the front, and this large scythe strapped to his back. And
Are you the Grim Reaper?
But I didn't hear what he said.
Are you the Grim Reaper?
No. But no. You wouldn't know much about me because I very rarely speak. And my preparation is just looking where we're going.
Okay. What's the name of your character?
Gascorn.
right.
Gas.
Nice. Liam, who's next?
Alicia.
If you look to my character, you see a female turtle, and her shield is overgrown with moss. How do you call that? Mushrooms, that kind of shit. Yeah, and she is meditating the whole journey, so she says not much.
Okay, this is gonna
Would
be a
you-
very like low roleplay campaign because everybody is like nobody talks.
Everyone's
apparently.
a lone wolf, yeah.
Lone wolf, let's go.
I'm just here because I get paid. I'm in trouble if I say no.
What's your name, or your character's
Mostly.
name?
Most way.
Also, wait.
All right.
Sweet.
Who's next? Alicia.
Yellow.
Okay. If you were to look for me on like the decks, you wouldn't find me because I'm strapped on my bed, puking. Because I literally cannot stand being on ships. I get seasick. You would find like a small-ish dwarf, like 4'1", 4'2" on a good day. Dwarf male, definitely there because he wants to be, and not because he needs the funds to survive. He hopes that he can find out what what happened to the party, because that way he can fund his lifestyle for another year instead of just for another month. And you would know that he drinks a lot of beer in between the time that he pukes his guts out, and that he really, really needs a shower. And the name is Saifede. Quits. Yes, it's a bit of a tragedy of a name.
Did you just slam your head into your
Yeah, I was about to
keyboard?
say, you just slammed your head on the keyboard, right? There's no way that's an
No.
actual
What's your
name.
name again?
Quits. The last F is silent.
Quit.
I'm just gonna say this, Yella. I fucking hate you.
Hey, I use both my hands on the keyboard because I pressed the I twice. All the rest is left hand. So I just
Okay, sure.
but mainly he's a dwarf who is also a bit of the naturey type. But like not nature as in nature itself, but because of the elements. So that way he would have some connection to our turtle. But yeah, the others don't say much as far as I know. So I'm just drinking beer, puking from time to time.
All right.
I think it's Matthias' turn.
Yeah. All right. As the camera pans away back to outside to go look for Toldar, it actually gets sent back to the cabin that Zay is in, and it just goes down a little bit. As you can see, Toldar on the floor, passed out as well because he's also a drunk dwarf. He's probably just been drinking with Zay the entire day.
Yeah.
So in front
They
of
have
you,
a
you
system
see
of
a
support.
rather fat, chubby, but very muscled dwarf with a long, bushy orange beard, and basically no clothing except for like just a what you can barely call pants at this point, because it's so ripped to pieces. And the preparation that he would be doing, I guess, currently would be that he would be making well, next to him you can see like a small setup where he seems to be brewing his own type of alcohol. But he's not really paying too much attention to it, as it's just cooking, and he's just passed out next to the bunk bed of Zay. So at least we got two dwarfs in there, so we're gonna get along, and we're both drunks. So
I
we
kinda-
both went with the same stereotype. Lovely.
You want to know the funny thing? I have more dwarfs in this one session than I've seen in my entire goddamn DMing career.
Yeah, true.
which is really weird to say. All right. Well, anyway, with that out of the way, the four of you are on the ship, and as I said, it's not really that far until you reach the island itself anymore. So, with that in mind, I should probably share this.
That would be good.
Are you a Path of the Drunken Rouser Barbarian?
Yes.
You made the subclass in like 2021.
I can tell you when I made it. Hold on. I made it
2020.
in. Oh my fucking god! 30th September 2021.
Yep.
I made that shit 3.5 years ago. Holy shit! It's been such a long time. That's insane. I thought it wasn't. I thought it was like 2 years ago. I kind of forgot how long we've been doing this.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it's been a while.
It's been a hot second.
All right.
Sorry, Lars.
No worries. It's fine. I was quickly setting something up. So, you should all be able to see a little map.
Oh, yeah.
It is empty if that's
Ooh.
the point.
It should not be empty.
See a lot of grey hexagons.
Yeah,
There
a lot of
There
hexagons.
should be shit on it, to be perfectly honest.
Probably
land.
loading.
None to be seen currently.
Nope.
I see it.
Oh wait, if you zoom out a lot,
Yes.
I
It's-
see.
it's a healthy circle.
Yes, I see a healthy circle. That's the only
So
thing
the
I see.
island is healthy.
An emerald,
You see a healthy
here we go.
circle. Okay.
I see the map. I had to zoom out really far, and it was like really far to the right.
Oh damn. I also see an adult red something.
Okay. Don't worry about the giant fucking dragon. That's legitimately just to track where the fuck you people are.
Oh, okay.
Also, my fancy ground is crashing.
There we go again.
I
Okay,
made it.
mine is not.
I see
Oh,
nothing. I'm zooming out all the way, but I don't think I'm seeing anything. It's just
Yeah. Yep, I'm seeing a map. Nice. Okay.
I'm not.
All right.
Holy fuck. The dragon is huge.
No, he's small.
Is there a way for you to force people to look at a certain part of the map?
I
Nope.
was hoping that like me doing this was gonna force you to look at it. To be perfectly honest. But I
Mm,
What if
think
you
that's
put what if you
only-
put like one of us on there, like their actual token,
We'll see if I can reopen
and
the
then
map.
do that for
What
the
is,
next.
what is the map called?
Island
Island map.
Yes, indeed. There you
I
go.
see it. I see it. Okay, I see an island.
Okay.
Oh damn.
Oh,
Healthy
he
circle.
sees the island.
Cool. All right. So, as I mentioned during when I set this up, this is a little bit of a different thing that I'm trying, because for all intents and purposes, this is a sort of a hex crawl, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is your playground. Pretty much,
I want to
you
go down the slide.
yeah, pretty much during the period that you would have been able to set up this little adventure and that you would have been given all the information of your task, you'd have gotten kind of this like small map of the islands with notes and little pieces of information that have come through. The thing is, as I said, there's not been a lot of contact with this place in a while, which means there's a very good chance that this map is not complete. However,
Oh,
you
It's
get what you
something.
get.
Okay.
So, the moment that the ship kind of reaches the island, the first thing that you see is this sort of open space that you would expect inside of a city, sort of this cobblestone open space, sorry, anyway. But it seems to have sunk slightly underneath the water, as if a part of this island is slightly submerged. However, the open space ends up at a wall and a large gate, which you would expect would be the opening into a city. You actually notice that the gate itself, although overgrown with weeds and plants, it's still sort of functional. It still stands there. It's still large and fantastic, but there's no city attached to the wall for some weird reason. Regardless, once you go past that gate, you reach this island slash forest. And that is the island that you will be playing on. Now, how is this going to work mechanically? Very simple. You are going to tell me where you go. You are going to tell me how fast you want to travel there. You have, slow pace, medium pace, fast pace. You know how that works. And then, whenever you move a hex, one of you is going to roll me a d20. And we'll see what happens.
Ooh.
In case you're wondering, every hex move is about a mile of travel.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So,
am I giving you this information for a certain reason? I don't know. Maybe.
Probably. How many days of rations would we approximately have?
A couple. Like, what would you usually bring? Like, you have food on the ship. They bought food
Probably a
for you
week's
guys on
worth.
the ship, so you probably have a couple days worth of food.
probably a
Okay.
week's worth. I think that's like a classic
Yeah,
thing.
a 10 day.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
Do we know where
Nice.
we're going in character? Like, do we have a map, or do we just have fuck all idea of where we are?
You have a fuck all idea of where you are.
Okay, so then we don't actually see like the mines to the right and the fortress to the left.
Like,
We only really see a path in
Those
front of
those
us.
two locations would have been pointed out to you on a little map. Those would
okay.
be like small locations that they would have mentioned. Maybe you have like a crude drawing or like these are the locations that you
Okay.
are aware of. That's why I'm saying there's a very good chance that this map is not complete.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. All right.
And
I mean, I guess the first thing would be just to follow the path, right? If we know like, oh, there's a path going forward, we just
Yep.
stick
Follow the
to it
path.
for now, and then see what's there, and then explore further.
what are the instructions we get from the captain?
The captain
And
pretty
what
much
we
says,
don't.
do your fucking job, and the moment you want to leave, come back here, and then we will go back to your task giver.
Okay.
I'm not getting paid to stay here for a week, so just saying, if you stay too long, or if I think you're dead, I'm leaving you behind.
How long are you?
Okay.
How long are you giving us?
Yes.
Couple of days, probably.
He said not
2
we.
or 5.
So
That's not correct, is it?
Up until I'm pissed off, and currently your time is running at double speed.
Wow.
Oh shit.
okay, follow the path then.
Follow the path. I will see you in a day or 5-ish days.
We go forwards. My tiny dwarven legs will take stride into the forward direction.
All right, so you
Okay.
all get off the ship. You all have to wade through a little bit of water in order to get to dry land, but it's easy enough to get to like the large gates.
That's fine. I float.
And then
I love
at
that.
that moment, you
swim.
guys have to tell me where you're going.
Straight ahead to the
Just
small.
follow the
village
follow
thingy?
the path first. Yeah.
Follow
Yeah,
the
okay.
path.
To the town that is
Mhm.
indicated
Yeah.
on.
Let's
Google
see
Maps.
first. See what's in the town, and then explore from there.
Yeah,
Alright,
let's
just-
first see
Indeed.
if there's a town.
If there's a town. If I'm not about to change the map and it's like empty. All right.
It's like
What?
it's like that board game where you like slide the pieces together, and then the whole fucking thing moves
Met de
forward.
tover in de doolhof.
Yeah, like that. Labyrinth or whatever. the
Oh
fuck it's
dear
called.
mother of God. Also, quick reminder: you all start with 1 bullshit point. But apparently, actually, I
Okay, cool.
might have fixed it. I'm quickly gonna check.
I need a
It was on
hero.
0. I
Manually
added it.
change it.
I added it manually.
Aha. Okay,
Yeah,
I
it's
did actually. So apparently the extension was just turned off at some point, so it's fine.
Eh.
Okay, so
Probably
everybody
because,
has.
the switch of users on the account.
No, I think it's because I accidentally loaded my own campaign while not being the DM, so it removed everything, so I had to set everything back up.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Anyway, with that in mind, let's go in the order that you guys are on the stream, shall we? Alicia, I would like you to roll me a d20. Big change compared to previous times. The higher you roll, the better.
Oh, come
And
on.
that's what you said.
Good start.
Yeah, it's not entirely random anymore. Because of that, by the way, and I'm also going to add that, you are allowed to spend bullshit points on these.
Oh,
On the
wow.
encounter rolls. Because at this point, higher is actually better. It's a change I'm trying. Don't kill me for it.
Okay.
Alright. Anyway, with a 6, Alicia.
The
Or
adult
Mosway, I should
Okay.
probably say.
swear.
What's the way? Yes.
The first mile, is there something that you think might be interesting? Stop! Fucking! Don't touch my dragon! Or I will summon an actual dragon to kill you.
Stop touching the dragon. Okay.
Is there something
Yeah,
that you're
it's a
thinking
bad dragon.
might be interesting in this first little bit of time that you're traveling?
I will look around to see which plants they're growing. Mostly that.
Okay.
How the nature works in this island.
Okay. You know what? Just for funsies, make me a nature check.
Please.
Okay, who the fuck is touching my dragon? I swear to God.
It's not me.
I'm just doing a thing.
Wait. How does this work?
You roll a
You
d20
roll
and you
a
add your
D20.
nature modifier.
Yeah.
How long have
Uh,
you been playing D&D for?
We've been over this.
Yeah, but
Alicia.
Fantasy Grounds is
Don't blame Fantasy Grounds for this one.
yeah, it's broken.
Sure it is. Sure it is, buddy. Sure it is.
I don't want. Oh, sorry. I rolled
That's
twice.
with advantage. Or that's just twice,
No, it's the
apparently.
first one. It's the first one.
Okay, so 6. Nice. Perfect.
Is it a 6? Because there's a 3 added that might not be.
Oh, no. Regardless,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. It's shit. Pretty much, you look at the nature and you see plants.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yo, that's
Wow.
I had never expected you to see plants in a fucking jungle. But anyway,
That's
Would have
other than
thought.
that, in this roll, nothing specifically happens. I'm assuming you guys are going at normal pace, right? Just normal
I
traveling.
think for
speed?
now we're going normal, yeah.
yeah.
Nothing to
All
rush,
right.
nothing to see.
Uldar, could you please give me a d20
Uldar.
roll?
I will give you a D20 roll. My first roll of the day, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
had
Natural
not
one.
expected that this was going to happen this quickly, but
So that's what the dragon is for. That's the one.
Oh no, I changed from green to red.
Okay. Well, this is going to be great. Give me like a full second to set this up.
You don't need to ask
Uh,
what he's looking at.
Yeah, you're going to be fighting a dragon, right?
Fine.
Cool. Soldar, as you're continuing traveling up north, following the path, you all of a sudden hear, coming from the tree line, these weird, like, little bird noises. I don't really know what else I'm gonna call it. And you notice how there's like a set of ravens that's just like sitting on top of the trees, like very much eyeing your party.
Bird.
Oh, what a bird. Sorry.
bird on a bird.
No, don't leave the stream now.
And as you're all looking at these, they kind of like look at you. And they just all immediately descend at you. And are going to try to attack you. Which is really interesting.
Natural one, baby. Let's fucking go. It's been 2 minutes.
So, just so you know, this is just a small encounter. This is not meant to be a full encounter. This is what I'm going to call a skirmish. It's, again, something I'm trying out. The idea is very simple. First of all, I need everybody to roll me an initiative check.
Yeah.
Eat. 10.
What the hell?
That's a lot of dice.
What the fuck?
What are you rolling, good sir?
You're not proficient with your armor, apparently.
Okay.
Because I don't have any armor equipped in the Fantasy Grounds.
Strange.
Then how are you rolling with disadvantage?
I don't know.
Huh.
We have a bot in the chat, by the way, in case you want to
Yeah.
ban that real quick.
I
Yeah.
knew. Oh, right. Need to get used to my own rule set, which is great.
Got him.
Thanks. So, this is now going to be just like flat out initiative. Pretty much, you can
Should
see
be.
this as a little bit more of a just like small visual skirmish that you're having with some of these creatures. You see 5 of these things coming towards you. First of all, I need to know everybody who
There we go.
rolled above. Give me a second.
I think I'm with a 9.
Not above a 9. Everybody who rolled a 13 or higher.
Hey, that's me, baby.
That's me
Ben,
also.
take it or leave it.
Okay. So, Mosway and Zave, the 2 of you are now allowed to take a turn. I don't give a shit in what order, but the 2 of you are allowed to take a turn. There's no movement. There's no attacks of opportunity. This is just free for all. Kill whatever the fuck you want to hit.
Okay,
how-
Mosway, what's your AC?
but it's gonna can be lower, higher. Sorry.
So pretty much the 2 of you get to take your turn in whatever order you want. You see 5 of these things just flying towards you. Just describe to me what you want to do, and then we'll go.
You first, me first.
It's
Fine, I'll take stage.
go for it.
You see me reach into his inner sanctum, just elemental blast. How far away are they? Within 90-ish?
Close enough.
Okay.
You can always assume they're within range at this point.
Blast. Blast, blast, blast. And it would be a 12 to hit.
12 to hit. You shoot your elemental blast, and it just like just grazes one of the feathers on one of these, but it doesn't actually hit anything other than that.
We don't take 11 points of damage.
Yep, indeed they don't.
And then I do a wind counter. That's by default bonus action.
Okay, cool. Miles away.
A what? A wind?
A
I
wind counter.
I
Air
cast poison spray to the ravens.
All right, that's a con save, right?
Yes.
That
Technically-
is going to be a 9.
They fail.
Cool. That's just one
So-
target, right? Poison spray, or
It's
Think so, yeah. It's a D12 for one target. It's acid splash. That's the one that separates.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
creature.
it's only
just
one
one.
target.
Okay.
yeah.
I always
Uh,
mix the two up
If
as
you
well.
want to, you can roll your damage, but pretty much you launch your poison spray, and one of these ravens literally just flies into it and ends up on the other side, just falls dead to the floor. No more reaction.
Beans.
Okay.
And then
And
I'm
then,
gonna look to the poison. What's the poison doing with the raven?
Creep.
6 points of damage, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. At this point, because you two have gone, the 4 remaining ravens, each of them is going to try to peck at one of you. So, with that, Mosway. That's a great start. Natural 1.
Tails.
Thuldar. 8 to hit.
Misses somehow.
Gascorn. 14 to
It,
hit.
does, it doesn't get through my lard.
Gascorn. 14 to hit.
To hit me, misses.
Cool. Random keyboard name. 17 to hit.
Yeah.
Doesn't hit.
Okay, these 4 ravens kind of in formation, they split up. Each of them kind of tries to like peck at one of you, but some of you just dodge. Some of you, like for Dave, it's just like it pecks into the armor and then flies off. At this point, all 4 of you get to take an action. Once again, I don't give a shit in what order you do it.
Who
I'm
wants
just
to go
gonna-
first?
I haven't done anything yet. I'm just gonna wait until a bird comes flying to me. I'm just gonna like grab it and just beat the shit out of it.
Go for it.
Unarmed strikes. So the buttons are different. It's difficult. This
Yeah, I know. I've noticed.
14 to hit.
14 hits.
I'm just gonna punch it really hard. Just beat the
Cool.
shit out of a bird for some reason.
You actually punch one of the birds and you slam it so hard that it slams into a second one of these birds, and both of them have their necks broken and fall dead to the floor.
Shit. Okay.
Wow.
I just sucker punch the bird like. Oh.
Their minions, if they take weapon damage and they take enough, you actually kill multiple of them. That's
Shit,
how,
okay.
so you pretty much just like Dragon Ball Z style, you just slam two of them like completely dead to the floor.
Kill 2 birds with 1 fist. Let's go.
Hey, that's a bullshit point.
Hey.
I don't know what I was going to do. I was
I
going to try
read
and grab one and
yeah.
throw it at another one.
Okay, go for it.
Make an attack.
Yes,
For that. Yeah.
preferably.
Obviously. For 7.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
overkill.
Yeah, so I just grab one of the birds and just fling it at another one.
Cool. What's your unarmed strike damage?
5.
5. Okay, so you take one of these, you chuck it, and the other one can just barely fly out of the way, just barely dodges the attack. But the one that you threw, like, kind of rams into a tree and falls dead to the floor.
Fine. I'll shish kebab the last one. I take out the spear. Or a javelin. And throw it into the woods.
You chuck it, but you accidentally throw it at the one that Gascorn already killed because you thought you saw it move, and you just see a spear land into the tree.
Still counts as one.
That still only counts as one.
Yes.
Actually, it was already dead. That counts as none.
It was team play. Fine.
Alright, Mosue, you still have a turn if you want?
Poison spray again.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. That is a 3.
Fails.
Cool. You chuck a second spray of poison as it like kind of tries to dodge around the spear of Zafe, and it like storms at you, and you just and it just falls dead on the other side.
I launch a cloud of spores from my shield.
Nice. And you see these ravens just all dead on the floor. No more reaction.
Can I look at the birds?
You
To
can certainly
see-
do.
If there's something special about them.
Yeah.
You don't even need to roll for this, pretty much. They are larger than like birds that you're used to. You're also not used to ravens just like snap attacking something. So these seem to be some sort of very aggressive breed in some way, shape, or form, but you don't really have an inkling why.
Okay.
Can
I
I pick up
retrieve my
one of them
javelin?
that's like the least damaged and just put it in my pocket?
Sure.
Why?
What'd you say, Yellen?
Can I retrieve my javelin, please?
Certainly. All right. With that, Liam, if you could please roll me a d20.
I can do.
Come on, Gascon.
11.
All right. Is there something specific about this piece of the travel that you think might be interesting, or something that you want to tell us?
I'll just walk slightly ahead, like just try and get to the front of the group so I can look ahead. That's all I do. I wouldn't say anything.
All right. Cool. And with that, safe. You could please roll me a d20.
9.
Nice. Get the sense that this is not really the very dangerous part of this journey. I don't know how you roll a 1 in this part. I find it funny.
I'm really good at rolling bad.
And that brings us back to Mosway.
Do I have to roll again?
Yep,
Natural?
roll me a d20.
12?
All right. Cool. at that point, you reach the village. Just to put Yella's mind at ease, there is a village here. However, as you sort of like go towards like the outer palisade palisade of this village, you do notice that it's eerily quiet here. At first you don't see anything in terms of people, and honestly, if you go in, that stays. But then you start to kind of like look around and you notice oddities. You notice how there's several houses, but they seem to be damaged. There seem to be these large scrapes in the walls. You notice how several doors seem to have been bursted in. You notice how most of the buildings here seem to have some sort of damage, and you don't even need to roll for this. You notice that a lot of it seems to, like, a lot of the damage seems to be from scratching from claws in some way, shape, or form. But as you look around, you do notice, you see a couple of houses. You notice like a small inn. You notice a building that seems to be like from the mayor or something. You see what seems to be like a small bookstore. You see a smithy because you see the anvil on the outside. Something that might have been a potion shop back in the day, as you see like a small sign that has like in the shape of a potion bottle. There's several buildings here, but at this current point in time, you don't see anything in terms of movement. It seems to be eerily quiet here.
So we have potion shop, a smithy, and the major's house, an inn.
I mean, we're going to the inn, right?
You can
What's
go
the
to-
name of the inn?
Yeah, Mosway, what's the name of the inn?
Fuck off.
I'll give you a bullshit point if I like it.
Give me 2
Tables of
seconds.
Oh no, don't look it up. You need to think. Think very hard.
Call it Natyakala.
I have a name for it. The only reason I'm just like doing this is to piss off Alicia at this point.
It's called the fish in the barrel.
Okay.
I like that. Not bad.
See like a small sign that's like a fish jumping out of a barrel. But if you
Then
want to go
it's-
to the inn, you can. Sure.
Let's head to the inn.
All right. The inn itself, you do notice how like the windows have been boarded up from the inside. You notice how the door itself seems to be closed. It is in rough shape. Who's going in first?
Fuck it, I'm going in. I'm just gonna whack open the door.
Okay. Out of sheer curiosity that has nothing to do with any kind of specific situation, Toldar, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is a 14.
Are you currently poisoned due to intoxication?
Not yet. I'm just ever so slightly tipsy. I'm not drunk yet, because if I'm drunk, I'm gonna be different.
Well.
I'm gonna be different.
I mean, yeah.
I love it. If I'm drunk, I'm gonna be different. Cool. You sort of like open the door, and you do notice that it's like it's slightly stuck. You do have to like push in on it a little bit, but you get it open without any trouble. I mean, you're a fucking barbarian. I'm not really worried about that. At which point does a natural 20 hit you?
Wow.
Wow.
A natural
Wow.
20 hits me, yeah. Just,
Weird.
I figured I'd ask. Okay, cool. All of a sudden, as you like walk into the door, and your eyes kind of get used to this because it's pretty dark in here. There's no lights. All of a sudden, you feel how something just gets slammed over your head, and you kind of see stars for a little bit. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and the people who are behind Tholdar notice how a chair literally just gets smashed on top of his head.
And who is holding this chair?
If you look at it, you notice that it's this kind of like relatively broad man. Has like a small hammer to his side, which makes you think that he's some sort of a blacksmith type of character. But he's just like, there's panic in his eyes, and he's just very heavily slamming down on Tholdar. At which point he like prepares himself to try again.
Bar brawl.
Yeah.
I would like.
Oh, bro, I grab a fucking chair as well and just fucking.
I would like to grapple him.
Wait. Who?
The guy who attacked.
Both.
Okay, sure.
Tholdar.
Tholdar make an attack. Zave make an athletics check.
Nice.
Think on me.
I guess it would just be an unarmed strike, I guess. Let's see. 23.
Yeah, 23 would hit.
Just, it would be like an improvised weapon, so it would be a D4, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just grabbing a fucking chair. Bar fight! Haven't even gotten my drink yet, and I'm already getting. Wait, am I actually proficient with improvised weapons as a tavern brawler? I don't. Wait, did I
I'll
have tavern
assume
brawler?
so. It's fine.
Okay, sure. That means it's a plus
A D4 plus your strength,
4.
right?
It's 4, yeah, so D4 plus 4. Yeet. Just
5.
simple 5.
You just like slam like the chair into him, and he kind of like backs off. At which point, Zave just like grabs him, and he's like trying to like wrestle himself free, but he has no way of doing that. Mosway and Gascorn, as the two of you are looking at this, you also look into the building, and you do notice that there's a couple of other figures there who are just kind of like pushing themselves up against the back wall at this point. Like, not really sure what the fuck is happening. Seems to be this like younger human woman, seems to be this very, very old, like 70-year-old woman with like, you know, plushy gray hair. And then a third figure seems to be like a younger gentleman, like around his like early 20s.
I would
That's
like to walk up to the 3 people if they're standing together or they're separate.
At this current point in time, they're pretty close to one another, yeah.
Yeah. I would like to angrily step up to them, hold 2 silver in my hand, and be like, 2 ales.
You see the younger woman just kind of like go, and she like very slowly moves to like a door that seems to lead into a kitchen. It's like very slowly, as the other two just keep sitting there, kind of like looking at you.
Yeah,
In the meantime, this giant blacksmithy fucker is like trying to get away from Zave, but you rolled like way higher than him, so I'm
I've
gonna roll.
had 7 children who listen to me. If you don't just sit on your stupid ass, I will put you in the corner. Will you behave?
I'm just like sitting on a bar stool, just on the bar, just waiting for my drinks to arrive.
Dave, make a strength intimidation check, just cause.
Fine, so that's +7.
Why's my camera fucked?
Cause you're in it.
Oh snap!
Not necessarily rude.
Wow.
Why is my... I can't focus.
Okay, you got me. They did listen to me at all. Is the reason why my wife left me.
Oh, we're trauma dumping already. It's
Wow.
only been 5 minutes.
So please, guy,
Wow.
just give this to me, okay? Give it to me.
You actually see the older woman kind of like just go, Barry, stop it! They're clearly not here to kill us. And you notice how like the Smith figure starts to kind of like, what are you talking about?
Can I try and pry slammed face the keyboard name's arm off?
Slam the keyboard name.
Are we just gonna call him keyboard now, or is that just that younger
Just
going
gonna
to
call
What's
him
the
keyboard.
keyboard?
We're calling him keyboard.
Yeah.
I mean, you can certainly try. Make an athletics check.
Where's mine? Where is it? There it is. But why is that rolling with advantage now? Or
Ooh,
disadvantage? What the
disadvantage.
fuck? Armor non-proficiency. I am proficient in this armor. Fuck off. Alright, I'm not using this button anymore.
Okay. To be
I
fair,
am
neither of those would have been enough because like he has like a +10 to his athletics. Like you're kind of like trying to help him. To be fair, at this point, like the
I would
Black-
let him go.
yeah, okay, sure. Like the blacksmith is like kind of starting to calm down, and then the moment he like lets go, the moment the woman keeps like shushing him, it seems to calm down a little bit. In the meantime, the woman who went back into the kitchen kind of like shows up with like a small barrel that's like half filled with ale and just kind of like puts it on the floor in front of her and like backs off a little bit.
I give her two. I give her 2 silver.
She kind of like just puts it on the counter. Thank you.
Thank you, fine lass. Then I grab the barrel and I go to the blacksmith and I like take a sip of the barrel and then I like give it him. You're a good lad. I was a good bro.
Who the fuck are you people?
Thulda.
I'm sorry, Thorgar?
Thulda.
Zuldar.
Thulda.
Safe quits.
Is that the idea here? Like you're all just like fucking with me with your names? Is that the way this is gonna go?
Thuldar. But he doesn't.
I know.
He's Thuldar speaks like he has a potato in his mouth
Okay, cool.
because he's permanently very.
He had
Okay,
a little
trying to
bit
make his
too
own
much
potato gin.
Exactly.
strikes to the head.
Potato vodka.
Okay, so Zoldar,
Say,
Zay, weird
Lord.
turtle fella,
I am Mosway.
Mosway. And
I just go and sit down and I don't answer.
all right.
it's normal for him.
Okay.
I'm just hugging my barrel and just drinking.
We are creme de la creme.
I
The
can
adventurers.
I
That's
can
a
see
crime.
that.
No, we are not.
They lost the patrol ship, and so we were sent to this island to see if we could find like part of the army back. But then we came here and like our village is shred to pieces. So we might be able to help. Can you tell us what happened to this lovely little village?
You see the blacksmith kind of like, well, a little while ago, we were attacked by monsters. These large figures with claws and stuff.
And I look to my hands.
Something like her. Kill it. No.
Shield.
Thank God. It's like very a lot of hair, just very feral. Tried to succeeded in murdering most of us and took the rest with them.
Oof. So a couple of days ago.
Well, a couple of days ago was the last time. A couple of weeks before that, they did a first time. We couldn't really fight back. They seemed to be very unkillable.
How do you mean? Unkillable.
Well, let's just say that I tried to slam one of them with a chair, like just as your
No,
friend.
that was my friend here.
And it had a lot less effect at that point.
Huh.
Barely felt it, and pretty much tried to take me out with it. Got kind of lucky I got away from it.
Okay. So, who is still left? Is it only the 4 of you?
As far as we know, yeah.
And did you see other people?
I mean, ever since the attacks, no, it's just been the village. We kind of take care of our own here.
Okay.
And approximately how many of you were there before the attack? Were like 20, 30?
A little more, like 50, 60, something like
50.
that.
Yeah. And where did the creatures come from, or go back towards, or it just happened so fast you just ran and
We don't know. They came from the forest. It's,
it's a big ass forest.
yeah, it is.
For what direction?
I think last time they came from the east.
Okay.
Probably somewhere around the mountains.
Is that left?
And you happen to, like, as you're staring like left, you happen to be pointing the right direction. He's like, I think so, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, I thought he
I
said
do that.
east, and I point towards Mosway.
That's good.
Okay. So,
Okay.
and did you guys see a small part of an army?
No, we didn't. Sorry. Should we have? Were people sending help?
Yes.
A small part, and a part of an army went missing. We don't know where. We do know when, but might be related. Might be coincidental.
We have no idea what you're talking about.
Do you guys? Could I like draw a small, like, part of it, like the map, like redraw it from memory, like whatever we know, and say, is this information still accurate?
Oh yeah.
And it kind of like looks at it and it goes like, "Oh yeah, that's an old arena from, I don't know, just
Okay.
before I
Just
was
an old
born."
army.
And then at the east, that's a mountain entrance. We sometimes used to go there for like materials, especially when I want to, like, forge stuff.
Huh.
We can get ores there.
Okay.
And
Nice.
when did this attack start?
A couple of weeks ago.
Out of nowhere?
We don't know anything else.
Are there people missing from the village?
Well, seeing as we used to be with 60 and there's 4 of us here.
Okay.
That do be a bit of a.
Asking the hard-hitting questions.
I don't know. Maybe there is.
Yeah, I get it.
Like, a lot of us have probably been killed, but they took the bodies with them. And then, if they're survivors, they also took them with them.
Did you see where they take the bodies?
Into the
Yes, to
forest.
the east.
Just into the forest, to the east.
Yeah. Well, they came from the east, but they kind of spread out a little bit. Possibly to. And he kind of doesn't want to finish the sentence and is like, eat them, I guess.
Oh.
And so they were bloodthirsty
Monsters.
animals.
It seems like animals, yeah, but different types. Some of them looked like wolves. Some of them looked like
We've seen big ass ravens that were also very bloodthirsty.
ravens were there as well. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
But damn.
Oh.
Huh.
I heard about some spores that infects your brain and you start to turn into zombies.
Are you saying the rest of this village is going to turn into zombies?
Maybe.
Okay,
Can
how about this? Approximately 5 miles. Just follow the path south. There's a ship from the Empire waiting for us to come back. What if, since we might need to head towards the mines and the mountains anyway, we escort you towards the ship? You get onto the ship since there are only 4 left of you, and whenever we found what's happening on this island, you can either decide to go back to the village or you can just go to the mainland.
Is that safe?
Well, that seems good to us. Sure.
Because they are innocent villagers, and
Yeah,
we
but
have
there
a
are
pledge to
monsters on
serve
the
them back.
loose.
Yeah, but we will guide them back.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right, that would be great. Yeah.
Can we investigate the village first?
Yeah. Give us an hour or something. Like
Yeah.
take whatever belongings you need to gather, whatever is left, and then we'll safely escort you back towards the ship.
All right. Thank you. And they kind of like
You're
spread out.
So there was a potion shop,
Yeah.
a smithy,
Yeah.
a major house.
Yeah, like the what's it called? A city hall.
Ah, the city hall. Is there a library? No.
Like a small bookshop. Yeah.
Go to the bookshop.
Okay.
I go to the city hall.
You do notice that the smithy goes to the smith, of course. Gets a couple of his, you know.
Do you have any magical weapons, perchance?
No, sorry. It's just normal crafting. I have a couple of normal weapons, but
I
that's
have
about
all
it.
the normal weapons. Thank you.
We usually don't really need to fight around here.
Luckily.
When the blacksmith goes to his his forge, no smithy, I'm just gonna pull out of my pocket a really, really worn and pretty much fucked sharpening stone. But hold it up to him.
Do you need a new one? He kind of like goes into one of his drawers and kind of like looks through a couple, picks up one, checks it. I think this one could be fine for you. It gives you an actual like nice. It's seen a little bit of use, but not like, you know, where it's been, you know, used for as much as yours. Let's put it like that. So it's not new, but it's, you know,
Better condition.
yeah, fair, a lot better condition.
Plus they can last a while anyway. Yeah. Cool.
I would like to look for any documents, records, or journals describing the attacks, or like describing anything more detailed than we already have.
And where are you looking for this?
City Hall records store.
City Hall? Okay. And then Mosway, you're looking through the library?
Yeah.
How long are you two, give or take, like spending on this?
We said
An hour.
an hour, so
Give or take an hour?
Roughly an hour.
yeah.
Okay.
If that's fine for everyone.
Then both of you can make an investigation check.
Ooh, flat roll.
Investigation.
I'm gonna use a bullshit point.
Oh, flat roll.
For a 15 total.
15, fine.
I'll do 15. In the meantime, Thildor and Gascorn, what are you two doing? I'll answer after.
I'm probably still finishing my drink, but I'm trying to converse with the 3 other people, trying to get some information, like trying to be nice to them, because despite me being very angrily and everything, I do also get more persuasive as I get more drunk. Actually, did take that as my thing. So I'm just chatting them up a bit, trying to be friendly, seeing if they can give me any information that would be useful to me.
You're a nice drunk.
Most of the info that they give you is very similar to the info that the
Yeah.
blacksmith would have given you as well. So
Okay.
yeah.
It's okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's probably what I would be doing, just chatting them up, being nice to them, trying to get them to be friendlier to our party, maybe. Because even though I'm still a dwarf, it's not like I'm towering over them. I'm smaller than them, most likely. I'm wider for sure, but I'm definitely smaller, so it's not like I'm very intimidating. It's like one of those, chubby, happy, drunk people,
Okay. Okay. Gascorn, you doing anything except for sharpening your axe?
Is there like anything like in the center of the town, like say like a fountain or just even a bench?
Yeah, there'd be like a small like statue that seems to have not really had any use, and then in front of it there become like a couple of small benches.
Because what I'd do is I'd go and just sit at the center of town. I'd pull my scythe out and just basically plant it, handle it in the ground, and just sort of sit there, sitting down, just keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
Useful.
All right. With that in mind, I am going to immediately with Zaif and Mosway. Zaif, as you look at the if you start looking through the documents, or start looking for documents in the city hall, there's weirdly little that's like noted down here. They don't really seem to be keeping records of stuff. There might be like a small ledger of like citizens, and you notice that like like a list, as they said, of about like 50-60 people, but that would really be about it. As you do realize that like this village had very little in terms of contact with mainlands. They probably stuck to themselves a lot. There were probably some documents and a couple of like contracts of like, hey, this home is mine. But other than that, Mosway, there is a lot of interesting books on plant life and what berries you should be careful of eating and which ones you shouldn't.
Are there books about fungi?
There's a book about me.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Definitely not about fungi.
Fuck you. Yeah, there'll probably be one about fungi. Sure.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna read that.
You do
Are you a
notice.
circle of spores through it?
Yes.
You do notice as you're like sitting here for like 20-30 minutes, it is starting to get dark. It's not dark yet, but it's starting to like the sun is starting to like disappear behind the ocean. Let's put it like that.
Okay, then I gonna go back to the inn.
Okay.
And take the book about the fungi with me.
All right.
So it's approximately an hour per hex that we spend.
No, it's with the way that you traveled right now, it's about 20 minutes per hex.
Okay, so we might still like go back and then sleep on the boat and then head back.
It would be dark by the time you get to the boat.
So, what
So we
are
going
gonna
back
do?
to the boat, or
are we taking a
we're
long
gonna
rest
stay here and
then head out tomorrow?
risk it for the biscuits?
Biscuits for the biscuits.
Biscuit for the
I
biscuit.
can't see in the dark, but I don't know about you guys.
I'm fine.
I can't
see in
also
the dark.
not see in the dark.
I can't also not see in the dark.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
a whole
that was a
sentence and a
good
half.
sentence.
So
Let's
can
go.
you see in the dark?
No, I can't see in
Okay.
the dark.
And you, Gascorn? How well can you see in darkness?
Not at all, basically.
Okay. In
So
that case,
fucked.
we should take a long rest here while we're at it and head out in the morning. But not travel at night.
But I have a sickle with me that gives light.
Yes, so everyone and their mother knows where we are.
Indeed.
Now the entirety of China knows we're here.
So you're trying to find a place to rest down here?
Yes. We are going to long rest. It's
Okay.
godforsaken town.
All right, that's good. Pretty much, there's like, not really anything in terms of like beds, but they have the storage room and they have the kitchen at the back. They're pretty quiet. The others sort of like, look at you and they go, okay, sure. They're fine with this. They're also not too happy about, leaving in the night. So everybody's just going to bed?
Probably.
I'll
Probably,
take the
yes.
first 2 hours of
Yeah.
watch.
Second.
How are we doing the things?
I can take the next two.
Okay, so that's number 3 and 4, and then our drunk.
No, do the
drunk
nice one
needs
then.
to wake
The other
up
one.
early.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's the order then? I think that's everything.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
do
all
notice the blacksmith is going back to his smithy. It's not that far.
Yeah.
Yow. If
uh,
necessary.
Right, cool. You sit down for a bit. Who was first watch?
Me.
Cool. Can you make me a perception check, please?
Perception.
Ooh, yes.
I think I'll
Very
see
nice.
whatever the fuck you're throwing at.
I'm very sure you will. Okay. It doesn't really take very long. It's like about 30 minutes into your watch as you notice that it gets really dark. And you notice how like you guys are stationed in the thingy, and you notice how like the three figures that are still with you, the older woman and the two younglings, sort of all three of them go outside for a second. And then it really gets dark. And you hear these strange sounds coming from the outside. These like weird scuttling sounds.
Okay. I wake everyone up and they say, come outside. Something weird is going on. And then I head out outside
And I follow.
with a torch. No, I can see and I have some dark vision, but
As you walk outside,
Mhm.
you see the three civilians that were with you. You notice how all three of them are looking up at the sky.
I look up at the sky.
You see a white full moon.
Oh no, Lars.
At which
No,
point
no.
you notice how the three figures in front of you
Oh, God.
start to change, and you start to notice how their hands turn into claws, how their face starts to become a lot longer.
You
notice
bastard.
how they all get like this furry hair over their entirety of their body. All three of these figures turn into were creatures right in front of your eyes. And indeed, you hear, coming not just from the three of them, but kind of spread over the islands, this loud "Ow!" I would like you all to roll initiative.
Be screwed.
There it is.
Who the fuck decides to take a long rest in the middle of town?
You did.
I did.
Fuck is initiative there. Oh my god, can I roll above a fucking 10, please?
Please.
9.
Oh, whoops. Good job, Steven. Maybe look for your maps in the DM view rather than in the player view. That'll help.
No. Keep doing what you were doing.
As it loads.
Oh, that's why it's called Village in Howls.
I'm very happy you're coming with the program.
Wow.
To be fair, I didn't get that because I forgot
I
what it was called.
mean,
Even though
yeah,
I'm looking at the stream constantly, because, but I keep looking at the name. That
Be a second. Why can't I? Oh, there you go. And now I need to move everybody into the thingy. Tholdar.
I've just got grey.
Yeah, me too.
It should be loading.
Right.
Gascorn. Owumbowe.
Oh boy.
Also, not to be petty, but on the stream, there should be an E at the end of my name.
Oh,
Ooh.
they're not gas corn.
Corn.
All right.
There's a reason for this, fella.
Did I just? I am being very, very stupid, and that's not
Are
a
you?
good thing when I'm trying to run a session.
A bit stupid.
So, don't worry about the adult red dragon that's in the initiative tracker. He is not necessarily there for stuff. Wait, who am I missing? Right, keyboard.
I don't have the map. It's just literally just grey nothingness.
I'm gonna try
Mine
something.
did,
Oh, hang on.
Did that?
No, I got it
zoom
now.
into you? Okay, cool.
I clicked zoom to fit. For some reason, it randomly opened then.
yeah.
So, you notice 2 werewolves and a smaller creature that seems to have more features of a rat than that of a wolf.
Okay.
Which is also known as a were-rat.
Rat.
Strangely enough. That's the older woman, by the way. In case
Okay.
you're wondering. So,
Bear rats.
did everybody
Werewolf.
roll initiative? Because, Gascorn, how much do you have?
19.
Tholdar, 5.
5.
Nice.
Cool. As usual.
Zay
Ren.
has 19.
All right.
Because
And
we have the same.
Mosway.
My dex is 14, if that matters, because we had the same.
Yeah, you go first.
All right.
I only see one werewolf in it.
Yep, I knew. Give me a sec.
A bear rat and 2 werewolves.
They should all be in there right now, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right,
Yes.
perfect.
Yep.
Gascorn, you're up first. You see these figures, and they are all very hungrily looking at Zay.
Do I actually see them, considering I don't have dark vision?
Yeah, because the moonlight is still showing them.
Ooh.
It's funny that my icon also has a full moon in the back.
Yeah, is that a
Oh,
subtle
yeah.
hint?
No.
We're gonna turn as well.
No.
Kill
no,
him.
no.
Possibly. In a second.
Okay, so what looks like a log pile on the map, is that actually a door?
Yeah, the thing that Zay is in front of, that's the door.
Okay. Okay, I'll draw my my scythe, and as a bonus action, I'm going to rage.
All right.
Ooh.
A rage.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
What
And then
happens?
5, 15,
Yeah, look.
20, 25, 30.
Mm-hmm.
You are muted. 1 second, Dad.
And then he
As we
drops
look
over
at
dead.
this-
Nice.
As we look at the slightly balding head of Leon.
Fuck you, dude.
Perfect.
Ooh wee.
Jalla.
All right.
Oh,
Can't be saying that.
You're in front of the
That's rude.
one of the werewolves. What you doing, boy?
Yeah. Yes,
I needed the guy to be raging.
Well, I am now.
Nice.
But he's attacking the wrong target.
Yep. God damn it. I am going to swing my scythe at the werewolf number 2 recklessly.
Right.
Ooh.
So that's advantage.
Mhm.
Yeet.
Avantagier.
Number 23.
That's-
Okay, just double checking what my damage is. Okay. Then D12 plus 4. Okay. Shite.
Cool.
But because I swung recklessly while rage was
Plus
active,
rage damage.
I get an extra 2d6 the damage.
Damn. Don't you also get another +2 because you're raging?
Mm.
Or is it
Oh yeah, I
already-
always forget about the rage damage.
So, small point of order. You take your scythe and you slam it into this thing, and as it like lands in the side of his neck, it just deflects and it doesn't seem to do anything.
But
Oh, fuck.
doesn't do anything.
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Have I ever told you the definition of insanity?
I have been told the definition of insanity multiple times.
Yeah, which is why this is going to be insane. I'm going to do it again.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Did you see-
again. Ooh.
25 to hit.
25.
Exactly
Yeah.
the same result. It hits, but it seems to deflect off of this thing.
Hmm.
Okay.
Is it a magical weapon that you have or not? Just out of curiosity.
No,
That's not magical.
it's not magical.
God,
It's
fuck.
just a scythe that I'm very well versed in.
All right, I'm assuming that's your turn.
Yes.
Keyboard.
Yeah.
Alright.
His named keyboard
I
now.
would like to draw from the elemental plane of fire and then shoot a fire blast at the civilian werewolf number 2.
Go for it.
God. Fucking yeah, fine. I'll
14
keep it
hits?
at 4.
14 hits.
It deals 13 points of fire damage
Plus.
plus 0 because Gascorn. I'm gonna use my water element shit to give Gascorn 4 temp HP.
Thank you.
Cool.
So that's 13 points of fire damage.
Technically, you need to do piercing damage in order to get the water effect. You need to do a water blast in order to give the
wait,
water
you mean-
temp HP.
Oh damn. No, in that case I will do extra damage because of
Mm-hmm.
I will make elemental blast. Fire makes fire damage. Yes.
All right, so then it's 17.
And it's 17 points of damage, and you don't get the 4 temp HP. Sorry,
Don't
Right.
get it.
No, you don't.
you
Sorry.
don't get it. Sorry.
Okay.
But I do extra damage.
Mm-hmm. You throw this little blast of fire at him, and this one does seem to very heavily impact this creature, and he kind of like howls in pain.
Oh.
That your turn?
Use fire. Use
So,
fire.
is there a moving
ball.
castle in this map as well?
Bonus action, quick protection, air,
Mm-hmm.
and I will move up close to Gascorn.
Oh, okay. It gets us to the 2 werewolves. Number 1 is going to move like this, and is going to make a bite attack against Keyboard.
Okay.
Funny thing, because you are 5 feet away from an ally of his, he has pack tactics.
Tactics. Ooh.
He has advantage on this, thank God. That is a 20 to hit.
Did you subtract the d4 because of the quick protection?
I did not, so by all means roll a d4.
I have
17 to hit.
18 AC.
Then that misses. So the wind actually just slightly blows him out of your reach.
Yeah.
No harm
Nice.
done.
Nice.
The second werewolf is then going to do the same thing, but on Gascorn.
Need pack tactics because I attack recklessly.
The
Yeah,
double advantage.
which gives him a 24 to hit.
Shield. No,
Nice try.
that wouldn't be
You
enough anyway.
Just yells out shield just for the sake of it.
That would have been really cute.
But in an Irish accent.
You take 7 points of piercing damage.
Half,
Half to
three.
3, yeah. And I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh.
One save. $13.
Good to know. Mosway, it's your turn.
Wanna try something?
Uh-oh. Scary.
How big is it?
Oh, no, that's dead.
10 feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay. Called.
Wither or
Wither and
Wither and
Bloom.
bloom. Very
yes.
Alright.
So I want it also it's
nice. Gascoigne
how do
is
you
moving.
move it?
You find the middle of it, and then I
That's
think
right.
you want to do this.
So yes, this or maybe
Yeah, I think you can actually hit the rat as well. And
like this.
heal someone.
and
from it.
if yeah, that's the
I'll be nice.
Point.
meaning. Okay,
Okay, so all 3 of them
So-
make a con save?
con save, yes.
Alright, werewolf number 1. That's not even slightly going to be enough. That is a 7. Werewolf number 2.
Fails.
That is a 10.
Fails.
And the rat. That is a 3.
Fails. So they take 10 points of necrotic damage.
Nice. Which they are. Yeah, which they take.
Okay, cool. That was the test. And who is wounded?
Gascoigne.
Gasgorn gets
I have taken 3 damage.
You can roll.
you can roll a
instant
hit die if you want to heal.
Just checking something.
Yeah, you get double the
Nah.
healing.
Yeah. No, I won't. It's
Okay.
only 3.
Alright. Cool.
That's
Sure.
Yeah, but
nice.
speaking of that, though, Lars, just double check your Discord messages and when you get a moment.
Alright.
It's very nice damage.
Cool. Does that stay?
No, it's just a one time.
That's
No,
just
it's a one-time
one
effect.
time. Okay, gonna remove it then. Cool beans.
Alright.
I
Very
think that was everything. Don't have bonus actions.
That's it. Then we get to the rat.
A rat.
The rat.
There's a rat in the kitchen.
What are you gonna do?
Wait, there are demons in the neighborhood?
Is going to move over to Gascorn and is going to make 2 attacks against him at advantage because reckless. That is a 21 to hit. And the second attack is a 24 to hit. The first one is 7 points of damage, half to 3. Second one is 5 points of damage, half to 2, so 5 total. But I do need you to make 2 more Constitution saving throws.
Okay. One. Oh. This second. Oof, that's not good. I gotta get the sense I'm getting like a stack of lycanthropy here.
Tholdar. Tholdar?
Right, that's me. I'm like,
That's me.
I'm like,
what?
what's Stoldar? I'm like, who the fuck's Stoldar? That's me. Oh, right. All right,
Who the fuck am I?
I'm gonna, as a bonus action, dunk
So
down a good amount of alcohol and then start raging. And I'm gonna run outside 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and just start whacking this civilian were rat.
Okay.
Actually, I think I'm gonna. Where was I? Here, right?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Hey, buddy.
30. Yeah, I'm gonna. Actually, 35 as well, because I can move 35. Then bonus action to Drunken Rage, and then I would like to start whacking away at Civilian Werewolf 1. I have Magical Fists.
Ooh,
Mhm.
very nice.
There might be a very specific reason why I told you guys I needed to know your items ahead of time.
Yeah. Alright. Just so we don't all have 0 magical items that we're just standing there with our dicks out, like, ah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, alright. I would like to,
like
with my first attack, hit the guy with a. Oh, thank fuck. Okay.
Yeah, it's.
So the first thing I like you can just notice, like, not like me just like completely like zigzagging, just completely then just like, oh, and then just upper, like, try to do like a feint and then just uppercut him for her. Yeah, for a 13 magical bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, you do notice that this very much has an impact.
As I just uppercut the fucking werewolf. And I'm just gonna go for a second attack because I have a second attack thing.
Yep, go for it.
For a 13 to hit.
Hits.
Oh shit. Okay. 16 magical bludgeoning damage. I'm gonna explain, by the way, how my damage works, guys, because it might be fucking weird that I'm rolling that I have such high damage. So it's a D8 because I have unarmed fighting, and which is normally D6, but I'm not carrying a shield or weapon, so it's a D8. I have 4 strength, plus 2 rage, which gets doubled while I'm drunk,
Yep.
and then
And
plus
plus
1 for
one.
my wraps.
Yep, indeed.
Yeah, just so, because I see people looking at the numbers like that's weird for an unarmed attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
And then I don't know if you'll allow it, but I technically have a bonus action because I would assume my offhand is
Was
also
it
light.
rage?
Like my fists are
You need
light
a feature.
weapons.
You need a feature for that because that's why Tavern
okay, then I
Brawler is a
don't.
feat
Yeah.
that allows you to do it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Yeah,
Tavern
that's
Brawler
fine,
gives
then.
you a feat to bonus action grapple someone, so you don't get that automatically.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm fine with just a good old 1-2. So that's the end of my turn then.
Right. With that in mind, I find this very funny. We're at the end of the round. Gascorn, you have just been bitten a couple of times.
Ah,
You have.
And the last one is like this bite of the rat in like your shoulder. And as you're kind of all standing there and fighting this, you notice how that wound all of a sudden starts to glow in a very similar light to the light of the moon that is shining down upon you.
oh no.
Now, you do have a little bit of luck in that the curse of lycanthropy has not been able to fully take hold on you. But it is starting.
Oh.
You currently hold the Mark of the Lichen. What that means is you start growing a little bit of additional hair.
Good.
Finally. Liam's happy. I don't know about your character. But it also means 2 things. 1, your unarmed attacks are now treated as magical attacks.
My
And
unarmed.
the damage die of your unarmed strikes increases by 1 as your hands kind of turn into claws. So 1 becomes a d4, d4 would become a d6. In other words, there's someone on your team that would be able to do a d10 unarmed strikes with this shit, which is not okay, and I wasn't planning
did not
for.
intend for this.
Neither did I,
Fight me,
Muckus!
fight me!
Neither did I!
Well, my unarmed strike is just a flat 5. Does that
Yeah,
just
so
stay
now
there?
it's a d4 plus your strength plus your rage. Oh, also, you can use your dex for your... And that gets us to your turn, Gascorn.
Okay. Would I actually be aware of that?
I mean, you do notice that your hands all of a sudden start to feel kind of weird, and like grip on your weapon starts to kind of be a little funky. So you would notice, kind of. Whether or not Gascorn is fully aware of what the fuck is happening, that is a question that you get to ask yourself.
We'll give it a go, just to see if this did anything. If not, my last attack didn't do anything, so why the fuck not? I'll put my scythe away and then make 2 unarmed attacks against Civilian Werewolf 1.
Alright.
Obviously I'm still raging. Do I?
Yeah, you're still raging. Oh, are you asking about Reckless?
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm asking myself, do I Reckless?
They have pack
Yeah.
tactics.
Yeah, fuck it.
Wait,
They're gonna get advantage anyway.
Fuck it, we ball.
Might as well.
29.
I think it's 24,
No.
but yeah, that hits.
Yeah. I didn't press the advantage button.
I was like 29.
Yeah, 24.
24 hits. Definitely.
Okay, so it's now a d4 plus my strength and my proficiency.
Plus your strength and your rage bonus. So plus 4 plus 2, I think.
So it's a d4 plus 6.
Yeah.
9.
You, like, looking at your claw, you just, like, claw this thing, and it just falls over to the floor dead.
Oh, that worked. In my head.
In your hand.
Second attack.
Second attack, I'll aim at Werewolf 2.
Go for it.
I'll actually press the advantage button this time. 25.
Yeah, hits.
Hang on, just 1 second.
I'm hanging on a second. I think you can do the reckless thing on any strength.
Oh, it didn't matter because I killed it without it. But I also got an extra 2d6 because I attacked while rage. Didn't matter the last one anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a 10 plus an extra 6 or 16, the same damage type.
Nice. You claw this one, and this is the he's like barely hanging on to his life. Still standing.
Woof.
That your turn, Gascorn?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here.
Cool. That gets us to date.
Woohoo! If I use my enchanted
Keyboards.
weaponry with my bonus action, would I be able to turn the full damage into fire,
Nope.
or only the 4 extra damage, right?
Yep, indeed.
In that case, I would like to take a step back,
Mm-hmm.
take the potential attack of opportunity.
Yeah, that's going to be an attack of opportunity indeed.
Oh, and in that case, bonus
action. I figured it's not going to hit. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's like an 11 without the d4.
And then I would like to use an elemental blast on the werewolf.
All right.
Oh, wow, and with a bit of full damage as well. So
Funny thing is, it would have killed it. You
You
see the
win,
blast just like go
Wow.
past it, and it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't find any impact.
You win
Um,
some, you learn some.
yeah.
That's my
Which
bonus action, and movement.
that leads us to the remaining werewolf, who notices that
Really?
one of you is starting to turn, and therefore is going
One of
to
us. One of
change
us.
its targets.
Other way.
Thuldar,
All right.
we'll go for you. How about that? It's going to be a bite attack.
I can take a.
You didn't attack reckless, right?
No, I didn't attack
Okay,
reckless,
cool.
which I kind of forgot about it. Not gonna lie.
It's fine. 18 to
Didn't
hit.
matter. That hits. Yeah,
That means you are raging, I think, right?
I am raging. Yes, so I take half damage from physical sources.
So 8 points of piercing damage, which is half to 4. And I
Okay.
would like you to make a Constitution saving throw as well.
Ooh.
Yeet. That is
Ta-da.
a 13.
All right, you do not attract the mark of the lichen just yet.
I don't know whether to be happy or disappointed by that at this point.
If you want to fail it, that's fine too.
No, because he wouldn't want to transform per se, because he doesn't really.
Okay.
Character-wise, it makes no sense.
Okay.
You know, it just
Oh,
yeah. So
sorry.
I'm not gonna fail it on purpose, but
All right, figured I'd ask.
wouldn't
Mosway.
be opposed to it if I were to fail it.
All right, Mosway. Your turn.
I'm gonna take out my moon sickle,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna move to
Mhm.
here.
Okay,
I'm gonna smash the dude.
go for it.
I need to check actually. I think I have advantage on these saves when I'm drunk.
I don't know your subclass off the top of my head, I'm afraid.
No, only strength, dex, and charisma. Not.
I'm gonna use a
Constitution.
bullshit point.
Okay.
Bullshit. I think it's enough though.
14?
14 on the were-rat misses.
Oh shit! Never mind.
Damn it.
Oh darn.
Just barely misses, by the way. Were-rat
Second
has
attack.
15.
I know
Darn.
that's a
It's a
second
druid.
attack.
It's
I'm a
druid,
druid.
doesn't count.
Boo.
All right.
Darn.
That your turn,
darn.
Yes.
All right. Which means it is actually the were-rat's turn. And the
Fuck.
were-rat saw that you were trying to be so nice to it by attacking it with a giant sickle, so it's going to return the favor and hit you back.
But it
Oh.
lights like the moon. He likes it.
It's
18 to hit.
Shield?
Do you have shields? Is it
How
druids?
does that-
She has
How does
a
that work?
shield.
You can use
you
like a
reckon?
reaction to go inside of your carapace. I
No,
think.
that's an action.
It's an action.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's an action, buddy.
Never
an
mind.
action.
You
Darn.
Also, it would have
you
given
hit.
me advantage because you're prone if you do that. So 18
hit.
to hit and 17 to hit.
17 hits
Nice.
just?
Yeah.
Okay.
Total AC 17. I know that off the top
Yeah.
of my head. So the first hit is 4 points of piercing damage.
Yes.
The second hit is 7 points of piercing damage. So 11 total. And I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws, please.
That was a stupid idea. 12?
Second one.
11?
Both of those actually just barely make it.
Oh!
Okay. Okay.
Whereas has a lower DC than the werewolf. which is
Dodge
fine.
that bullet.
Alright. That is the rat. Tholdar.
Okay. I am going to move a bit.
Mhm.
This.
Go for it.
My first attack, I would like to attack civilian werewolf number 2 recklessly, because
Go
why
for
the
it.
fuck not?
Sure.
I'm just gonna go full fucking swing with this one.
Go for it.
And
By
I will
all
eat.
means.
For an 18 to hit.
It's very much
Alright.
so.
For a solid 17 damage.
Very fucking dead, mate.
Nice.
That thing is fucking knockout.
I had
It's
like 2 hit points left. This is very fucking dead.
fucking complete knockout. And then my second attack on the civilian were-rat.
Yep, go for it.
Yeet.
Nice.
For 26 to hit.
Yeah, go for it, man.
For another
Nice.
17 damage. I'm fucking.
Describe how you kill both of these fuckers.
Cool.
I'm just gonna like grab both of them and just whack their heads together and just fucking as their like heads just fucking explode as I put them together.
And you actually hear like the breaking of skull as they impact, and there is no more fucking movement here. This is game over on so many different levels.
For brawl.
You know, imagine doing
Fight,
34
fight.
damage with unarmed strikes. What the fuck? To be fair, I rolled
Jesus.
the highest I could have. That's nuts, though.
So yeah, congratulations. You are out of initiative. You see
Alright.
the 3 bodies dead on the floor. They don't seem to revert. You actually do notice that they seem to stay as their current form.
Can I find my 2 silver that I paid to them for the ale?
Yeah, which by the way, that puts it slightly into context why she like put away the silver so quickly.
Oh,
yeah.
that makes sense now. Now you say it out loud.
Yeah, man.
Okay, time
Oh.
to.
Just to put myself at ease, I would like to like get like put an edge of fire onto my blade and just cut off their heads.
I think 2 of them have been decapitated, but the 3rd one you can do that. Yeah, sure. It's like dead, very much so.
There's just fucking like open flaps where their heads are. Like,
So,
I have an interesting thing. Don't know if you'll let me do it
No,
though.
I'm screwed.
where is the blacksmith?
Dead.
Went back to his house.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Find that fucker.
Yeah, indeed, and throw him in the moonlight.
why would we want him to be in the moonlight?
So,
Just to be sure.
do you go to the smithy?
Yes.
Okay.
That's where I would go.
The smith is empty. There's nothing there. You notice that like you have like the smithy, like you have a couple of weapons that are hanging there. You have like a door that leads to the back room. Like it's a small smithy, you know. It's not like there's a lot of weapons there. It's mostly like utensils that you can like use for like horses and shit, like that kind of stuff. But other than that, it's a small smithy.
Are there signs of a struggle?
There are not.
Huh?
Is there a second floor or a basement?
You want
Good
to
question.
kind of look around for a second?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I
There's
help him?
no second floor. There is, however, as I said, a room to the back. And as you kind of try it, it's locked.
Is there like obviously it's a blacksmith, but does he have I don't know what's happened to it in the past, but is there his like his forge and workshop like
Yeah.
operational condition?
It seems to be in operational condition. Yeah, you would have to like set
Okay.
everything up and stuff, but yeah.
We'll make silver weapons. Or fine.
Would
I
it be
wish-
possible?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
Go for it.
I'm interrupting you, Yellow.
No, go for it.
Would it be possible to take some of my silver coins and edge my scythe with it?
No, there's rules for this.
I think it's 25 gold pieces worth of silver.
It costs 100 gold to silver a single weapon or 10 pieces of ammunition.
How much would we have had?
Not that much.
Yeah, that's a
Damn.
1,000 silver pieces. So
I
a
put my
lot.
shoulder against the door and I tried to whack it
Damn.
open. Just body slam.
Sure, make an athletics check.
can I assist with that?
Sure, make an athletics check with advantage.
Dwarven
Yo.
power. I can go forward. Not so much dwarven power, but
26.
Hey.
I mean,
16. I thought it showed a 10 for me. Okay.
you slam, and like on the second one, you already sense how like the door is mostly giving. Slam a third time, and it breaks open.
Babali.
First thing that hits you is the smell of this
Oh,
room.
fuck.
Because the moment you slam it open, you notice that the floor is littered with pieces of equipment. With which I mean like pieces of armor, pieces of like swords, stuff like that. But they seem to be in damaged condition. And then you notice a couple of things. In some of the pieces of armor, you can find traces of blood. Relatively old, not like, from the last couple of hours, but relatively old. But the big thing that you notice is on some of these armor, there is a symbol of two swords crossing, which is a symbol of the army.
That's what I figured. I was about to ask, is there anything we recognize of the...
This is very clearly army equipment. And
So
the smell is that of blood, even though there is not a single body part to be found here. There's no bodies, it's just the equipment.
Yeah, I would like to take just one of the swords just as like a proof thing that like, oh, we found
something
them,
with the emblem
kind
on
of. Yeah, with the emblem on it, so I can
it.
in my backpack, if possible.
And is there something else in the
Just
room?
the blacksmith.
Well, yeah, the blacksmith.
Blacksmith's not here?
100 gold pieces worth of silver.
Nope. You really think that like these people would keep silver with themselves?
Yeah.
Ah, smart.
They got rid of all of the silver they could find.
Can I go back to the tavern?
Sure.
Or the inn and look around if I found something hidden there?
Make an investigation.
Like
check.
a basement or hidden rooms or...
Make an investigation. check.
Do we barricade ourselves in the inn? Wait the night out?
Beasts all over the shop. Looks like I'm about to become one sooner or later. I actually say that. You actually hear my character speak.
Wait. He speaks. Say it again. Oh, yeah.
And I'm not there.
I said, beasts all over the shop. Looks like I'm about to become one sooner or later.
Oh my God, your shoulder. You need to cut it out.
I think it's already late for that.
Mulsway. As you kind of like look around the tavern, you don't find Dick. It's a tavern. They boarded it up.
Nothing hidden.
I mean, there's a couple of like things of ale if you want to make.
I take that for
Soldar
my
happy.
drunken friends. I saw what he did.
You know.
Okay. So
I look to the other buildings.
For something specific, or?
Same thing. Something hidden, something we missed.
Okay. What's the rest of you guys doing in the meantime?
Okay, I'm gonna just try and maybe...
I'm gonna go back to the inn. If I step out of direct moonlight, what happens?
At this current point in time, it doesn't seem to it doesn't seem to disappear.
It just seems like my hands are a bit disformed.
Yeah. The nails are like a lot longer. There's already like a little bit of like forming of fuzz on it.
But nothing worse than that.
Yes.
No.
All right, then I'll go there. But I'm not showing any aggression at this point because I feel like I need to. But I am gonna try and keep a little bit of a distance from the rest, just in case.
Okay.
Not too far, so they can also keep an eye on me.
Mm-hmm.
Very reasonable. Thank you. I'm
Alright.
staying with Gascoigne to see if he turns.
I still have my sense of self for now.
Yeah,
Mulsway, make me, let's say, 2 more investigation checks, just quickly.
Yes. Investigation. A 70 and natural one.
Cool. What you do find is you had like the little potion shop. If you like quickly look around there, you do find behind the counter like this little basket with like a couple of vials that seem to have some liquid in it.
Take it.
But that's really everything that you still find.
Cool. Is the liquid with something I recognize?
Make a nature check.
14.
Yeah, they're healing potions.
Ooh, how much?
2 of them.
Cool.
2 of the minor ones, so 2d4 plus 2.
We're hitting points.
Anything else?
Okay. Oh shit.
Trying to be me.
Oh, I'll stay awake during Gascorn's watch as well.
Do I get dark vision from this?
You do not. Not
Wow.
yet. Maybe
Not
in
yet.
like 24 hours.
Am I allergic to silver yet? Actually, I think I probably would have checked that already.
You touch silver, it doesn't burn you just yet.
Okay, good. Good.
Great. Yeah, I'll stay awake during my rest and Gascorn's rest as well.
Going back to a long rest.
Yes. Trying to at least.
That's fine by me.
So
I'm just
you've just
gonna-
noticed that there's a lot of figures outside of the town, or you've heard like the howling outside of the town, and you figured maybe now's a good time for a long rest. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's that or going in the open. So
Yeah.
it's that or in the open. So I'd rather at least have them. If they're gonna be knocking at our doors, at least they're gonna be knocking.
I'm just very subtly saying.
Yeah. We're gonna get interrupted.
I'm
Going out at night is probably not a good idea.
Probably not, but
Two of us don't see. Is there a oh, fuck? Technically, our
Is there-
mission was to see what happened to the army.
Mm-hmm.
We
We don't
found
know.
out
But
what-
I'd like to live
Yes.
as well.
We don't know
out
yet.
what happened. They
mean,
got killed.
It's fairly
yeah,
hopeless
but
they got
why?
eaten.
What happened?
But
I feel like-
why? Who did it? Where is the blacksmith?
The were
Okay,
creatures
Markiplier.
did it.
Do we have
Why?
proof that this happened? Not really. We have
You
the
got that
sword.
reference, thank you.
Okay, so it's only an hour back to the boat.
Okay.
I want to know what the arena is.
If we fast travel, it's only 40 minutes back to the boat.
We fast.
If we run.
I don't want to risk it.
Basically, we have the option of we stay here and potentially get surrounded in the middle of the night and get swarmed.
Also true.
Or we make a run for it, at least be on the move and be away from others.
Yes. And might get swarmed as well.
And if we,
I say we run.
I mean, I'm willing to do it. It's just yeah.
Tortoise of the forest. Have anything to make us more hidden, more stealthy.
I don't.
Oh, Tortle.
I do not.
Tortle.
yes.
Do
You are
have
Tortle.
anything to make us more stealthy?
Oh no.
No, just no.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Not this
Find a
time.
piece of meat.
Not this
and-
time.
and a
I
big
can
leather
guide
cap.
you, but that's
That's
everything.
fine. Okay.
That's about where it ends.
We just make a run for it. Fast movements, just make a lot of noise, outrun them. How bad can it be?
How stealthy am I? I mean, I'm pretty
I-
tipsy, but I
How
think I can
stealthy am
still.
I?
I mean, I can make stealth checks with strength.
Mhm.
I have disadvantage and only a
What?
+4, so
I have a +2. It's not great, but it's not a negative.
I have a
so-
+0, so
You do realize if you fast travel, you can't do stealth checks, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
Slow travel.
Oh yeah.
We're
yeah, yeah.
sprinting.
Slow
then we're
paces,
just-
you can do stealth checks. Fast paces, you lose a 5 to your passive perception and passive investigation.
we're jack
So it
shit
takes
at
it to a
stealth
7 and a
already.
5.
We're jack shit at stealth already. Why would we risk it for the slow travel?
just run.
Just run. Okay,
Just run.
if anything happens, tell my ex-wife I love her.
My ex-wife.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
she left me.
And your 8
Well,
kids.
You're still hung up on that, are you?
7 kids.
Alright.
Adolescents. We make a run for it.
Well, who was the last one who rolled? I think it was Alicia, right? So, what else?
Yes.
Only a d20.
D20 eats.
You want high numbers?
10. Perfectly center.
Okay. Liam, roll me a d20.
And yeet.
Eat those
20.
damages.
Yella, roll me a d20.
18.
Pretty
I
good.
think I'll keep it at that.
Pretty good.
Need one more. Alicia, roll me a d20.
Alicia.
I'm
I'm gonna
Ooh.
screw it up. I'm gonna
Oh,
screw
no.
it up.
Yeah.
Ah,
oh.
16.
Oh.
Down by 2 every time.
Last one you get for free.
Ah, yeah, indeed.
Okay. You reach the ship.
I
Once again.
swear.
You're at the ship. It's still there where you left it. You go through the gate, you go through like the open place, and you see the ship there. Yeah.
We yell.
Are
Okay.
the lights still?
Would you want to yell? I mean, I
There-
guess we're not really being stealthy anyway.
There's
On?
lights still on. Yeah, sure, of course.
Okay.
It's gonna
I
make us run
yell.
for it, I suppose.
You would
Yeah.
assume that like some of the guards would still be
Yeah.
looking at.
We yell.
Do we
"It's
see the
us,
guards?
Let us in.
From this location, no, you don't.
It's us. Will you let us in? We are already back.
You're,
Will you
you're
respond?
shouting that at the ship.
Yeah, I'm shouting.
Okay. No response.
Ah, fuck.
To be fair, he's probably sleeping.
No, no. no.
Oh, we're not yelling loud enough.
Yeah. I mean, bro has to take a rest as
Okay,
well.
we
you
go
know?
closer.
Yes.
Okay. You go closer. It is a ship. What do you want from me?
We swim, swim,
Can I
swim.
eat it?
Ship. You can certainly try.
Can I eat the ship?
Like,
Can I?
I've done it before.
Yella,
What?
you want to climb aboard or
Different
what?
character.
Yeah, we've been there.
Mm-hmm.
We've been on the ship for a couple of days, right?
Mhm,
So
sure.
we should know what's like the base level of activity at night. And the base level of activity should also mean that there's some sounds, some flickering lights.
To be fair, like these are okay sea people. They're mostly at this point like they would be keeping watch. Maybe like there's a couple at this hour, maybe a couple of them that are like drinking or whatever.
Right.
But you don't hear Dick.
Against better judgment, I would like to climb aboard.
Okay.
Mhm.
You
So I would say
Against
do
better
it
judgment.
quietly though, just in case, because I don't like this.
Are we
As
gonna
quietly as possible.
stealthy?
you
Yeah.
climb aboard the ship, and the first thing that hits you is the smell of
Oh God.
blood.
Ah, fuck.
As you climb aboard the ship, you notice that the entire crew has been murdered. There is
Fuck.
no one alive, because guess what? A random group of crew members do not have silver or magical weapons. And at this point, the only thing that
There
you
you go, Rick.
see on board of this ship is dead bodies and blood. Which we will
Ah.
deal with next time!
It's never a one shot with us, is it?
Be fair, one shot meant 4 hours. It's like...
Yeah.
it's like...
A
Technically-
2-shot means 4 sessions. So.
technically,
Just double it.
You'll be the captain, I'll be the shipmate, and we just sail on out.
And what am I going to be? The ship's dog?
Anyway,
Shit's talk.
we will deal with that situation next time. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
I.
Which,